And now on to our first guest. We have Sandra Elia, and she is truly an inspiration. At the age of 29, she says she was ready to check out. She weighed 262 pounds, and addiction ran her life. She felt nothing, and yet at the same time was in extreme emotional pain. Today, she is the owner and founder of Liberty and Love Coaching. She is a confident, results-driven life coach specializing in health, addiction, life transitions, and weight loss through a spiritual solution. And she's run a half marathon. Sandra, you there?
I am.
Hey, good evening. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for joining us on Live Healthy Now. Sandra, what is life coaching? What's that all about?
Well, let me tell you, the profession of life coaching first hit the scene in the early 1990s, but it's gained much popularity in the last 10 years as clients are beginning to realize the benefits. Simply put, life coaching is all about the client's agenda and their goals. And these goals are often achieving health and balance, weight loss, career transition, overcoming addiction. It covers all areas of life with two main objectives. One, to develop a deeper understanding of yourself and to achieve your goals. So I help my clients develop a deeper understanding of themselves by striving to be a mirror. And I reflect back to them their passions, values, obstacles. I believe that you cannot change what you do not accept about yourself. So my job is to illuminate the truth and demonstrate how these truths have shaped your life for better or for worse. And secondly, having developed this inner, deeper knowledge of yourself, this helps pave the way to achieving your goals. I gently push my clients outside of their comfort zones and keep them accountable on the path to realizing their dreams. Dreams that once seemed impossible are now achievable.
I like that you say you gently push them. Yes. So tell me, how is life coaching different from therapy?
That's a very common question. Life coaching and therapy are different in several ways. Therapy, there is an assumption that something is wrong. In my coaching practice, I believe my clients are naturally creative, resourceful, whole, and it's my job to hold that belief and space for them to become their most magnificent self. And in general, life coaching is very focused on the future, whereas therapy can be more focused on one's past. Life coaching tends to be more action-oriented. I bring with me a toolkit of exercises, weekly assignments to push my clients. I often use physical space and movement to shake things up, to help bring about new perspectives. And really what's unique about my practice is I meet my clients on their own turf. My executive clients are really strapped for time, so I often meet them at their office, or we'll go to the gym and get a workout in. So life coaching is very, very flexible.
Okay, so this isn't laying on that black leather couch.
No.
This is totally different.
Exactly, very innovative.
Very, very much so. Now tell me, is it healthy? I mean, we're at the beginning of a new year. Is it a really healthy thing for us to make resolutions?
So I see resolutions no different than setting goals. I think the danger lies when we try to create change from outside of ourselves. Real lasting change comes from doing the work within yourself. Any goal that you set for yourself can be measured through the lens of mind, body, and spirit. We can take a very typical resolution of losing weight. Permanent weight loss takes more than a diet, and that's why most diets don't work. The body does require proper nutrition that needs to be sustained for a lifetime, and exercise. No one will argue that. But we also need to get our thinking right. Our minds can be our biggest ally or our biggest enemy.
Absolutely.
Our spirit plays a part in all that we do, but it's often reflected. And many turn to food to compensate for a life that does not nourish our spirit. And physical weight is often a representation of pain, and we need to look at healing. this is how I achieved my weight loss, so I know it's possible for others.
And you had an incredible weight loss.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now tell me, what are some of the questions we should ask ourselves then when we're trying to make, I want to say, revolutions this year and to move toward our most magnificent selves? What should we be asking ourselves?
I believe we should expect a magnificent life. And that does not mean perfect perfection on the outer world, but rather a perfect internal peace. And that peace, the possibilities that attracts into your life. And really, at some point in everyone's life, we need to honestly take stock and ask, do I care for and nourish my body, mind, and spirit? Do my relationships nurture me and enhance my life? Does my career inspire me? Do I have the necessary boundaries in place to have a healthy family life? What are the thoughts that occupy my mind and dictate my life? These are questions I had to answer in my own life, and I ask my clients to do the same.
And that's really important. We do have pictures of you with respect to your weight loss. I don't know if we can put them up on screen, because it really was, there's your before picture.
Yes.
And here comes your after picture.
Yeah.
And that is just tremendous.
Yeah.
And you did it by asking yourself those questions that you just talked about.
Asking myself those questions, coming to terms with the truth about what I was doing to myself.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now listen, I know that you talk about addiction quite often. Let's go there. We've got about 2 minutes left.
Sure.
Tell me, addiction, is it biological? Are some people more prone to be addicted?
You know what? There is evidence to suggest that some people are more susceptible to developing an addiction. Perhaps their biological makeup is hardwired in such a way that makes people more prone to dependency. The reason why people become addicts and others don't is hard to explain. Social and environmental factors also contribute to the risk. The reason a person becomes an addict is inconsequential once the addiction sets in. It's an incurable disease that wreaks havoc in lives of those addicted and their loved ones. And as much as the family suffers from this devastating disease, no one suffers more than the addict. So escaping pain is one of the main drivers of addiction. Once a person starts using a substance as a coping mechanism for life, that person stops progressing. And life of addiction is a sad descent. And, it's a progressive disease, but I want to say there is hope, and many have found help in 12-step programs.
Fantastic. Now, in closing, are there one or two general things, or just tell me one, that we should be striving for in our personal lives in 2013?
I firmly believe in change the way you think, change your life. Start observing your thoughts. Go on what I call the 7-day mental diet. We're being bombarded by diet trends right now. Take stock of what you're thinking. Don't allow those negative thoughts. You have a choice. You can either dwell on them or expel them or change them into a positive that will serve you well. And secondly, if I can throw in a second one.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a hunger for spirituality.
Absolutely.
People want more. They want to feel connected to one another and to the earth. And take time to meditate, 5 minutes, to tap into that inner resource, to fill yourself up so that you're able to give more. Align yourself with the goodness of the universe and figure out what your intention for the day is, what you want to bring to people you come across. Meditation and observing your thoughts are two changes that can be transformational in your life.
Fantastic. Such good advice. Thank you so much. Right now we have to go to break, but we just really want to thank you, Sandra, for being with us. Can you give us your contact info?
Yes, libertyandlovecoaching.com. So libertyandlovecoaching, one word.com.
And your phone?
416-986-0006.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great